my name is Vinay Chadha, and I'll be talking about electronics, computers, programming, and children of Nithari village. Nithari is a very infamous village. It became into news few years back when there was some bad news about it. Okay, so we'll be talking about how those children are learning about various things. So let me show you some few pictures of the Nithari children learning about Raspberry Pi and their experiences, their face expressions. Fine. So as I said, Nithari is an urban village. It is in the middle of Noida and is surrounded by luxury homes, super specialty hospitals, and a very leading public schools of Delhi and Noida. But just walk 50 meters and you'll come across to a place which is dirty, no hygiene, no water supply, no doctors, no schools, and of course no luxury. Electricity comes very rarely. I started working with those students 2 months back approximately. The problem of those students or their parents was how can they make money? The focus is money and not about learning or schooling. So they want to earn money as early as possible. So the solution that we picked up, or most of the people could pick up, is to teach them a skill so that they can earn after they learn something. So we said that rather than teaching them very conventional skills, let's create a possibility for them, ताकि उनको अपना भविष्य नजर आए, so that they can see their bright future quickly. And once they see a bright future, their drive, their motivation, everything will go up. So we said we are going to create a possibility for them, and Raspberry Pi came as a shape, Raspberry Pi came as a solution to us that we can use Raspberry Pi to teach those students. By the way, Raspberry Pi is a very low cost computer. It works on the latest technology and we can run Linux on that. The total cost when I paid for the Raspberry Pi was 2,350 rupees. Add to it a USB keyboard and a USB mouse and a small 2 GB SD card, the total cost was 3,000 rupees. With this 3,000 rupees, you add your own television, no extra monitor required, add your own mobile phone charger with micro USB connector, and you have full-fledged Linux working immediately. So can you play that video? So I'll just show you a video of a girl of Nithari village assembling a Raspberry Pi. There is no audio here, just look at how she's doing it. So this is the board that you are seeing in her hands. Connecting a memory card. This is connecting a standard USB charger that comes with all Android phones. That's a USB keyboard or USB mouse going into standard USB socket. This video was just a 1 minute long video, and in 1 minute time, this girl of 10th class is able to assemble a Raspberry Pi from a standard board that she has with her. So we are teaching them Linux, Python, and Scratch. Scratch is a very entry level graphical user programming environment and is very quick easy to learn student. We are also using social media to talk about whatever we are doing, because we believe that whatever we are doing, if people are not getting aware about it, the whole access may go waste. And by the way, along with the teaching is a very boring thing, so we also do some excitement, some fun learning exercises for them, so that their interest remains alive and they don't get bored by learning about Python. Python, by the way, is not their natural language. I mean, they find it difficult to relate to Python. So what we do is that we teach them how to use a video camera and make their own videos. So the video of that girl was done by another girl. She learned about how to make a video recording and then did the video recording. So video recording becomes a new exercise for them. Similarly, I asked some students of aerospace and avionics engineering to talk about aerospace. Now all of us, including me, we get fascinated when you look at a flying aeroplane or a helicopter. Today I do it, I look at the sky whenever I hear a voice. I think most of us do it. So the same thing is with the students also. They also enjoy aeroplanes or anything, connected with aeroplanes. So I said, let me teach them about what aeroplanes are. So I called the 4 engineers of Amity University, and they came, they spent some time with the students and told them how aeroplanes work, what are the technologies that goes behind them. And they said, we are working on that engineering. So here Love Verma is the one student who is telling them about aeronautics and expertise in those areas. Those students also made a water rocket for them, how a rocket works. So they made a rocket, they connected it, tried it out. So this becomes a very exciting experience for those kids. Okay, the biggest challenge was to create a possibility for them. We want to tell them a real life example. Now I can't talk about Bill Gates, I can't talk about Steve Jobs, कि Steve Jobs के ऐसा कि उसने करोड़ों कमाए. Those students belong to a village, no knowledge of English, no knowledge of computers. So we want to tell them that real life people like you and me exist in this world, who can come out, who can break the barriers, who can make money, who can grow in their life. I became the first example. By the way, I belong to a very poor family. When I got married, I had no shoes with me. So I said, look at me. I belong to a poor family. I'm not a graduate. I've never been to a college. And then I'm developing electronic programs. I'm writing programs. I'm developing products. And look around. By the way, most of my programs are installed in Noida. Traffic lights, elevator. So I said, when I can do it, you can also do it. When I can start working at the age of 18, you are 16. Spend 2 more years and you'll be a very good programmer. Similarly, I talked about few more people in area of Noida whom I know. For example, I talked about a rickshaw puller. Naresh is a rickshaw puller who operates in Noida. I gave them example of Naresh. He came to Noida a few years back, slowly and gradually he bought 1 rickshaw, 2nd rickshaw, 3rd rickshaw. Now he's a fleet of rickshaws. He's making good money. So Naresh came to them, told them about his story. They were excited. He's a real life normal person. Then we told about a Radheshyam, a taxi driver. How he started from taxi driving in Noida and slowly and gradually made a fleet of taxis. I talked about a lady called Kavita Tyagi. My wife was going to her for her beauty treatments. So I told her that look at Kavita Tyagi. 11th class girl, started working as a beautician, and now she has 3 beauty parlors in Noida and earning good amount of money. So those real life people staying in Noida, talking to them becomes a motivational factor to those students. So though this is not electronics, but this was a part of teaching electronics to them. So I showed them this photograph. I said, look at these photographs. Me and my younger brother are wearing normal clothes. I said 25 years back when I got married, we were the 2 persons who were wearing clothes which were least expensive. Compared to us, all my cousins were wearing bigger, expensive clothes. So I said when both of us are earning good money, by the way, my brother earns in crores today. Working in a company, and he's also like me, he's not qualified. He's not a graduate also. Still he's working in a multinational company as a managing director. So this becomes an example to them. I also said they should feel pride of them. Today what happens if you look at any slum school or any underprivileged schools, what they do is that someone goes to IBM, someone goes to HP, to HCL and says, please give us old, dirty, obsolete computers. And most of the computers in slum schools are very old and obsolete. I said, no, we'll not use old, obsolete computers. We'll start with latest, brand new technology. Of course, price was a major challenge. I can't afford to buy 10 laptops for them. But I can always afford to buy 10 Raspberry Pi for them. Because Raspberry Pi is just 2,500 rupees, even less than that. So we bought Raspberry Pi. I made it a point that those students will open the Raspberry Pi. So they saw the board, neat looking packing, and the feeling of opening up a new board is something different. I'm sure that all of you must realize, when you buy a new dress, when you buy a new mobile phone, if someone else opened up the mobile phone for you, the charm is gone. So those students opened the board, they had a feeling of, looking at a brand new latest technology board. The best thing came from engineering students. So when I posted their photographs, their videos, their, what they're doing on internet. So one student said, sir, I'm feeling obsolete. I still work on 16:2 LCD and says I'm an engineer, and those students, 12 plus students or 10 plus students are working on TFTs and Raspberry Pis. So this, I shared this slide with them. और वो student हंसने लगे, उनको मजा आया बड़ा. At the cost of definitely Pawan Kumar. So now they feel more confident. They enjoy the whole thing. And the best part is that they find that someone, Vinay Chadha, because I go there every week, he has a faith in them. I keep saying, तुमको पैसे कमाने हैं, तुमको आगे बढ़ना है. There is no other way out. I'm not going to leave you. ठीक है जी? And trust me, it really makes a difference. When somebody has a faith in you, somebody says you are going to make money, the persons work hard. So those students never miss a class. They are always on time. They stay there. Even after class is over, they keep talking, they keep discussing with me. And whenever I carry some material and go to my car, two of students always come along with me and say, sir, हम आपको class को छोड़ते हैं आपको, because in the process they talk few more minutes with me. So this confidence building, this fun making added up our learning process a lot. But the biggest challenge still was how to make money. Because if you can't make money, those students can't make money, everything will go waste. So I started talking to people, different people. How can these students make money? Right now, not 10 years, not 5 years, not 3 years. They can't afford to wait 3 years because if I tell them, learn for 3 years, their parents will say, "Arey chodo na yaar, theli lagao aur chane bhature becho, moongfali becho, let's make money." So I want to make money by December end. The target is that each of those students will start making 2,000 rupees every month. This is the target we have set for ourselves, target for those students, and target for all the stakeholders who are involved in it. So how we are doing? We started with a very simple thing. I'm teaching them how to set up a Twitter account, how to set up a Facebook account, how to set up a WordPress blog. And we are looking at people in and around staying in Noida, people of my age who are 50 years old or 40 years old, but who are not computer literate. They have a computer at home, they have heard about computers, but they are not very fluent in computer. And most of the people of my age are not. They have their kids, they know computer very well, but kids do not have time. So I said these students will go out and teach to those uncles. So it's become a win-win. Uncle is happy because he is not afraid of asking those 15-year-old boy or a girl, "Mujhko Twitter sikhao." And the 15-year-old boy or girl has time, is getting paid also. Uncle ji can't afford to pay 2,000 rupees per class, but Uncle ji can always afford to pay 200 rupees for a 1-hour session. Uncle ji don't have to go to NIIT. The student comes to his home, her home. So we did a small market survey, we put up a poster and we find excellent response. Uncle G's 40 years, 50 years, 60 years old, or even 70-year-old ladies or 70-year-old men are willing to learn about computers. Honestly, they are least interested about computer. We said, sir, you will be able to tweet to Amitabh Bachchan. And trust me, Amitabh Bachchan will also tweet back to you. And they were thrilled about it. Oh, we'll be able to talk directly to Amitabh Bachchan or directly to maybe Kiran Majumdar Shah. Because people have heard about Twitter, heard about WordPress, have heard about various things. So they were excited about it. And 200 rupees per hour session is negligible for those people. Plus, this becomes a win-win for my students also. Those students, when they go and teach Uncle Ji, they also get to have a cup of tea, extra facilities for them. Also, Uncle Ji, if they are happy with him, I said this to the student, that Uncle Ji may get a job also for you. Because if you go there once, twice, thrice, it will be a good opportunity for you to interact with him, share your skills to him or her, and maybe later on get a reference for job also. So what do you think? Is it a good idea or a bad idea? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Second session, how to make money. Now I'm an entrepreneur. I do my own business. I don't have time. As a business, I say my fees is X rupees per hour. This is what I charge to my customers. So when someone says, sir, come and teach us Raspberry Pi, I said, I don't mind, but then, I'm a professional. I need I have a family. So you got to pay me X rupees of money per hour, which is obviously very high for students or engineering colleges. So he says, oh, I have a student. He'll just charge 400 rupees an hour. And he's as good as I am when it comes to Raspberry Pi. So shall I send him or shall I send her? Student said, bhej dena, dekh lenge. So we have tried with two different schools and we find that they are able to make 400 rupees per teaching session. It's very interesting, This student of Nithari village is teaching electronics and programming to students who are more qualified than him, who know more about computers. The only thing is they don't know about Raspberry Pi, they don't know about Python. So we are trying to make it as a business model, scalable model, not an easy thing, but we are working towards that. Again, do you think is it a scalable idea? Thank you. The difficult part. We are also trying, as I said, I'm a businessman and I've designed traffic lights and elevator controllers and, machines for Delhi Metro. I'm saying that A normal electrician may not be able to maintain those machines. So why don't you learn about those machines and maintain them? It's an idea, and I'm also teaching them on how to work on traffic lights, how to do timing setting of traffic lights. Now I'm able to do it because I'm into traffic light manufacturing products. So I'm able to get traffic lights of my own, show them the traffic light, they do a setting of it, and then I say, oh, here is a traffic light just across your road. It's being installed by me only. So those students are learning about it. I've yet to, experiment with this particular idea. It may work or it may not work. It's still in the experimental stage. The ultimate target is to make them embedded product developer. I said in 3 years' time, there'll be 3 people from Nithari village, no qualification. They'll be working in my company doing electronic product development. They'll be competing with all BTechs and MTechs. Can they do it? I do not know honestly, but I'm committed. And what the commitment word means is that, let me ask you a simple question. So let me ask for a volunteer who will reply to my questions. One person, fine. Sir, it's a hypothetical question, I don't feel bad. So what happens that you have a son in front of you and he's dying because of hunger? Will it happen? Your son, assuming that your son, he's sitting in front of you and he's dying because of hunger and you don't have money to buy food for him. Will it happen in this world, in this, your lifetime? It may not happen, sir. You'll fight for it. You'll get money. You'll steal money. Am I right? Fine. Similarly, I'm saying that it's impossible. It's impossible to think about it that our son or daughter, mother or father will die because of hunger and we don't have money. We'll do everything. We'll steal, we'll do everything. I said, I'm working with the same commitment. For me, it's a life and death question. 3 years, 3 students working in my company as a merit product developer. Is it possible? Yes, I'll make it happen. This is my personal commitment. Few more pics of students, little old pictures. They're working on traffic lights, they're working on electronics, looking at different projects. How to create awareness. I'm using social media extensively. I am on Facebook. I talk about, I share their photographs. I put videos on YouTube. This video you saw some time back, it's on YouTube already. मुझको क्या मिल रहा है? My personal benefit. Well, मुझे मजा आता है. I'm loving the whole thing. I get to watch $1 million smile every week. Trust me, it's more addictive than anything else in this world. It provides me motivation to remain healthy. And this is the $1 million smile that you can see. And because of these things, I don't need vacations. I don't go to vacations. I mean, this is my first vacations, getting paid for this money, staying in a hotel, having a food. And of course, talking to all of you. Otherwise, I do not take holidays. I work 7 days a week. My inspiration is support. I mean, everyone needs an inspiration. So here are my 3 inspiration persons. Swagat Sen, he's a filmmaker. He's no more. He died beginning of this month. He took me to Nithari village. Niyam Bhushan, he was editor of Benefit magazine. He gave me a few examples, few ideas about how to monetize this thing. And Nadira Kotikolan, she is the lady who is handling this school in Nithari single-handedly. She was a director in railways. And finally, thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. And do share your views. My Facebook page, my Twitter handle, my mobile number, my email address is here. I look forward to your views. Thank you very much, students. Thank you very much, friends.